It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the Wizards, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And for the Washington Wizards, last season there were rumors about issues with chemistry, their star players not always seeing eye to eye. Guys, can you win when that's the case?
Ernie, you can, but you need great talent. And their talent is good, but not great.
Have you ever been on a team, Shaq, where you didn't see eye to eye with any of your players?
No, because I just punch him in the eye.
So now he sees eyes to eye.
I don't know what you're talking about, Kenny.
You punch him in one eye, he can't see out of it.
What?
Okay. Well, a team like the Wizards, they need more than just the sum of the parts. They got to play better together, and they have to be on the same page. They don't have the talent that a Shaquille O'Neal has that can actually get through that type of controversy.
So you always got along great with everybody you played with.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
I've heard that story.
I know you have.
Oh, say does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by Linda Lynn. We are happy to have you with us tonight for the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. Back to the road tomorrow as this is the final game of the Nets homestand. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night, and you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Well, it happens sometimes, obviously, where you don't shoot it well, and when your offense is out of sync, you have to gut it out on the other side of the ball.
And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it, 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule. And you're starting to see that, shortening the preseason, stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The explosive backcourt is Wall and Beal at the 1 and 2. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. And Gortat kicks to Beal. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Beal's got 5.
I love to see a shooter like Beal mixing it up on the interior.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the wide-open shot from Morris. That 3 off the mark. Fires from 14. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, you love watching Hollis Jefferson on the catch and shoot. He has committed to developing his offensive game.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Scott Brooks did have a few minutes before the game tonight. He said in the first meeting between these teams, his guys weren't as sharp as they needed to be offensively. He thinks that cost them the game. He told me, if we take care of the basketball and execute in the half court like I know we're capable of, it puts us in a good position to win tonight. Well, we'll see if that holds true tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So the goal is to come out early and get their shooters into a good rhythm right away.
And of course, that's always a goal. But the meaning behind it is that he wants them to play good, smart basketball, not taking too many chances.
Right. You've got to be able to use plenty of screens, not let players start to go one-on-one and try to do this thing individually. Run your sets, get the best shooters their shots.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, the late reaction by the defender sends Carroll to the line. Outthink, out-hustle the competition. That's how he needs to play. Well, don't you love the nickname, the Junkyard Dog? DeMarre Carroll, this guy has established himself over the last handful of seasons as a starting caliber forward.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. And Carroll slowed somewhat by knee surgery a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make his way back into form. One of those tone setter guys. You know the effort will be there every time he takes the floor.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Baseline jumper, a nice shot by Zeller. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Porter kicks to Beal. Morris a screen. And stolen by Zeller. In transition, here come the Nets.
And I'll tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Washington's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Wall draws the double. Here's Morris. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Porter kicks to Wall. That's tipped. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Well, when Porter gets that kind of room to operate inside, he's extremely dangerous.
Here's Zeller, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates, really, really strong.
Yeah, we're seeing some early signs that he is on his game. That putback's a good illustration of the work he's ready to put in tonight.
Porter with the steal, and Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Morris dishes the Wall, down low, Gortat, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
Well, that's just a nice decision by Wall. Found him wide open.
Here's Zeller. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Brooklyn.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Here is Porter. He's got 5. Zeller with the double team. Here's Gortat. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Hollis Jefferson.
Oh, my goodness.
Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. So it's Washington now. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
Free throw good from Morris. And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taken exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
So it's Washington now, following the bucket by the Nets. They double-team Beal. Porter against Zeller. Back to Beal, just 4 to shoot. And another miss by Washington. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Hollis Jefferson.
Stop it! Well, the heart of Hollis Jefferson, just incredible. This guy finishes despite the tremendous contact.
Here's Wall. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New Orleans.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds. Boy, nice feed, leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
The 15-footer. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Morris. And it's Wall in the corner. Washington with a fresh shot clock. Gortat controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
We know he's in the upper echelon of offensive rebounders. Gortat always working on the interior.
Crab good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Morris a screen. And Wall kicks to Morris. Now the dish to Beal. Knocks down the 3-ball. Beal's got it all tied up now for Washington. And here's Brooklyn, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took 1 step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Damari Carroll, and it's LeVert in for Allen Cramp. And a switcher also for Washington. Frazier's checked in. Morris passes to Frazier. Beal gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. And it's 13 points for Beal.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And it's Gortat finishing it off.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Now, here is Morris. Last game he had 13. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Oh, wow.
Wow,
solid decision-making from Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. How about his ability to knife into the teeth of the defense? Tremendous speed.
Here is Frazier to the middle, and Morris throws it down. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Hollis-Jefferson can't hit.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
Pass to Frazier, all alone. It's hauled in by Harris. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Oh, Kevin, how about Hollis-Jefferson's sensational athleticism? Fends off the defense effectively.
To the paint, here's Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Morris has got 7 points.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
And very little defense here to start the game.
Boy, both teams rolling right now on the offensive end. We got a little barn burner cooking.
Now here's Frazier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. It's Porter outside. Washington gets it back. Gortat misses. Here's Hollis-Jefferson, covered by Morris. Hollis-Jefferson can't hit. Washington trailing.
And last season, I think we saw just what could be a preview of what the Washington Wizards can be moving forward, right? They return to the second round of the playoffs. They have a clear core and strength to build around for the future.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. Porter kicks to Frazier. From outside the arc, Washington gets it back, and a new 24. Jacks up a 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Powered down with both hands.
Wow, the vertical of Hollis-Jefferson, simply unreal. This guy's got a little showman in his game.
Wizards trailed by 3. And Doris, as you mentioned, it had been a roller coaster of season finishes for the Wizards over the last few years. Now they know exactly where they stand.
You know, Kevin, I think equally important, they know the destination they want to get to. John Wall has shown he is an elite talent in the NBA who can carry them in a postseason series. And I think as long as Wall is there, this team has an opportunity to contend in the East.
Nets leading by 3. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
How about the toughness, Kevin, from Hollis-Jefferson on the interior? Fantastic at using his length close to the rack to get that contact. So Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, the 23rd pick out of Arizona back in 2015. You know, it's interesting. He's drawn a lot of comparisons to another Wildcat alum, and that's Andre Iguodala.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And you look at Hollis-Jefferson and Iguodala, a ton of similarities people feel. Both 6'7", both long and athletic, terrific defenders.
And also, Kev, both are very good ball handlers and solid passers. Think about Iguodala improving his shooting over his career. Let's see if Rondé can do the same.
Okafor is checked in for Brooklyn. Nick Stauskas comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Dishes it to Oubre from downtown, and play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
I think you can't even go for that rebound. He's completely checked out. Just leave it alone.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Allen's checked in for Hollis-Jefferson. He's off on the second. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And, of course, with young talent development so critical for this Nets organization, having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
And the shot goes down.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Kicks to Meeks. Knocked loose. Okafor with the steal. For the finish. And then Okafor slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Wizards trail by 7. Here's Mahimi. Off with the layup.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
Yep, that one goes in there. LeVert's got his first points of the game.
That's 6'7". Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Tipped away. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Nets lead. Mahimi a screen. Here's Oubre. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Nets out in front, up by 11. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that makes it tough for teams to score in their paint. I think we can be a very great team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here on how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
I love the fact that they're getting so many of their points at the rim. Just a solid first period.
Well, Greg, playing bully basketball on the block. Every opportunity they've wanted at the rack, they've got it.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets.
One shot.
We've got Okafor. Harris is out there with Allen. And it's Stauskas in at the 2. And that one misses. Doris, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Here's Satoransky. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Pass to Satoransky. Here's Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Now, Kevin, that's pure power, pure effort. Jan Mahimi going to the rack with bad intentions.
Okafor gets the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Meeks. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Passes to Satoransky. Okafor comes in with the double team. 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Satoransky. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. The shot by Mahimi, no good. Nets leading by 15. Here's Okafor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And for the Nets, pretty good fan support in Brooklyn despite the team's losing ways.
Well, there's a lot of local pride. This is a great market. It's an absolutely beautiful new arena with the new front office in place. Things are certainly headed in the right direction. There's some optimism with that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Okafor. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt. But they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Trains the three-pointer.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3-and-D ability on the wing.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Wizards trail by 16. Inside. Here's Mahimi. Excellent D there from Allen.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint. I think, you look back on some of the point guards who have become head coaches in the NBA. Kenny Atkinson of the Nets, one of those guys, led the University of Richmond to the Sweet 16 back in 1988.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And Coach Atkinson never played in the NBA, but a long professional playing career.
Well, he played for over a decade in Europe. And certainly, Kev, there's more than one way to succeed in basketball. And now he's gaining a reputation as being a solid NBA coach early in his career. I can't wait to see what's next.
And the second free throw, good. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Wizards trail by 17. Inside, here's Satoransky. Misses in close. Here's Stauskas. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Can you remember the last time they missed?
I really can't. They're on fire. Seems like they cannot miss.
They get the rebound. Mahimi lays it up off the glass. Mahimi's got 4 points this quarter.
Kevin, you do not have to be a gifted scorer. Jan Mahimi willing to create offense, working hard on the offensive window.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
Here's Oubre after the basket by Brooklyn. No one near Wall as he lets it go. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, the spot-up opportunity, right? A nice confidence booster for John Wall.
And then Okafor slams it in.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or Bill Russell?
I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know. And one issue we saw with the Wizards last postseason, Doris, was their bench.
Right. A large part of that is the bench just didn't have any explosive scoring. On the season, their bench was bottom 3 in the league in group efficiency, and that's an area they greatly wanted to improve upon this year.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Damari Carroll comes in for Harris. And it's Alan Crabb in for Levert. Left side, Wall. And Satoransky kicks to Mahinmi. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period. You know, I think it's interesting. When you talk about being consistent, Jan Mahinmi is a great example. This guy's a solid center who will defend and board for you. So important.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Mahinmi. And Doris, Mahinmi is not a flashy player by any means.
Right. Jan is a guy who doesn't need to play with flash in order to impact a game. He does a terrific job filling up space on the offensive end when teams collapse off him. And this guy's got a great career field goal percentage because he takes only the shots he knows he can make.
Over to the wing. Wizards passing it around. The alley-oop finish is off the mark.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Wall. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And maybe pushing too hard at this point, getting a little desperate.
Yeah, it certainly looks like they're forcing it. They're trying to make quick, hard decisions instead of focusing on making the right play.
And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Now, Kevin, this is what you're paying Jan Mahinmi to do, right? Contest shots, perhaps intimidate a little bit on the defensive end.
Satoransky, the pass to Meeks. Outside, Wall. Down low. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Allen, that's good.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Oubre, no one around him. And the three ball is good. Oubre's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Washington. And it's Allen with the jam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Wall. Here's Satoransky from outside the arc, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, still ironing out the technique, right? But Oubre, not bashful. He will take the jump shot if you give it to him.
It's good.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Wall kicks to Meeks. Here's Satoransky. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And here's a look at numbers for John Wall. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 15 points a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
So it's Washington now, following the bucket by the Nets. Meeks on the wing. No good with the triple.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And it's Okafor missing. Wizards trail by 18. Wall draws the double. Got a piece of it. Okafor with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And Okafor slams it in.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Satoransky following the bucket by the Nets. Oubre can't get it to go.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
Washington has gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Quincy Acy's checked in for Okafor, and Dinwiddie's subbed in for Allen. And then for Washington, Markieff Morris is checked in for Mahit. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Meeks. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Satoransky. Free throw good, Stauskas. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
And Doris, regarding league expansion with the popularity of international basketball, you think there'll ever be a team added to the NBA that is not located in North America?
You know, this is a fascinating supposition because the game is so popular in China. The game is increasingly popular in any number of non-NBA cities in Europe, Kev. I just wonder about the logistics of it. We talk all the time about the difficulty of the travel schedule and then the games in a certain number of nights. If you're incorporating overseas travel, it just seems to me that that's going to be a tough jigsaw to work out.
It could be. If you're playing on the East Coast and play in a London or a Paris, those flights probably don't measure much over 7 hours. But I get your point, and that, you know, all leagues are looking at this now very closely.
This is something the league is looking hard at. It'll be curious to see what occurs from it.
I think one of the things, too, is do we need to influence overseas markets now to find new revenues? I think that's something that all the leagues are looking at. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Brooklyn. The finish, and the dunk by Zeller.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Frazier, he's checked in for the Wizards. That's tipped. Porter kicks to Oubre. Drops in the tray. Oubre's got 12 points in the game.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. And a look here at the shot chart for the Nets.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court if he gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Washington's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. Here's Oubre. The shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. The quick look, no good that time. Nets leading by 22. Here's Carroll. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 6 assists in the game.
His shot's hitting on another level here in the second. I mean, it's looking effortless now.
Now here's Frazier. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And a wide open look for Porter. Offensive rebound, Morris. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Washington called for the foul.
Yeah, the call goes Carroll's way thanks to the effort he puts in. He doesn't back away from the contact.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
And he sinks the second. A difficult situation for Washington. Frazier dishes to Porter. He kicks it to Morris. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Doris, you respect the art of the assist. You always have. That's part of your DNA. In the NBA now, which guys, in your opinion, are the most fun to watch in terms of their playmaking ability?
Well, I'd be interested in your take on this, but you could make the case that it's a non-point guard who's the best pure passer in the NBA. When a guy like LeBron James is differentiating between teammates about how they want to make the catch. One guy wants the ball on the seams, one guy doesn't care, and LeBron James goes to try to fit the needs of those players. Kev, come on, how good is that?
Well, it's the best. And you know what? I think we're seeing, we talk about a positionless game, I think everybody's got that nice ability to pass the ball, and I think they've even taken it more to an art form where they take pride in the way they set up a teammate. The passing has never been better.
Agreed.
And Morris drops them both. And Doris, if you talk about the challenge for the Nets coaching staff, how do you establish a culture of winning on a team that's going to lose on most nights?
You know what, Kevin, it's all about winning habits, and that means the daily work that you put in every single day. There's an ethic that's conducive to winning that's built slowly over time.
And the Wizards with possession, following the bucket by the Nets. And there's the defensive 3-second call. He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
One shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now here's Frazier. He's guarded closely. Now the feed to Oubre. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive. Here's Morris. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Morris has got 12 in the game. Zeller passes to Ace. Another shot, and it's good on the layup.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Guys, nothing has really come easy for them today.
Yeah, definitely not their best basketball.
Frazier. Here's Oubre. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Count that one.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Morris outside. Porter kicks to Frazier. And stolen by Zeller. And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect in transition, right? He knew exactly what to do after picking that ball off.
Now here's Beal. 13 points in the game. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's AC. Here's Zeller. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He's got 14.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
And Morris throws it down.
Well, Markieff Morris has a scorer's demeanor, and he wants to be the guy and has the skills to match and be that person.
AC misses.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Basket good. 16 points for Kelly Oubre.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
And the dunk by AC.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Now here's Frazier. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Feeds it to Oubre from deep. Rebounded by the Nets. Dinwiddie's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Here's Carroll, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Carroll's got 15 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Frazier dishes to Porter. The 3. Here's Morris. The kick out to Frazier. Another miss by Frazier. The Nets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run, and they pick up 2.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Off the inbound pass. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Nets out in front, running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Jalil, you had it going offensively in the first half. How do you keep that going?
Keep trusting my teammate, listen to the coaches. They're putting me in great positions. So come out, second half focus.
Man, a few words, Jalil. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA, over.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Nets shooting just phenomenal here tonight, 73% from the field. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Beal and Porter at the 2 and the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Now here's Wall. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. To the inside. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Wall with some nice D. Porter against Carroll. Morris outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Morris has got the first basket of the third quarter for Washington. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Now, Kevin, this game has been all Hollis Jefferson. He's getting to his spots and capitalizing.
From the Wizards, they're shooting well. They're at 45%. Gortat with the ball, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Morris with the bucket.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
A baseline J, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Carroll's got 17.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Beal with a screen for Wall. Down low, Gortat. Crab pulls it in. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Boy, you've got to love seeing Hollis Jefferson sprint to the cup. What an explosive finisher who forces the defense to get physical.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Two shot.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. And Rondé Hollis Jefferson, a good ball handler and passer. Doris, do you play him some at the point forward, or is that asking too much?
Well, I think at this point he's probably better suited as a secondary ball handler. Putting the ball in his hands does take some pressure off of his shooting, though. And if his jump shot doesn't come around, it might be something to revisit.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, listen, we know the heart of this Wizards team is the backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. They are the engine that gets this team going, and both serve as great leaders as well.
Now here's Wall. Wall draws the double. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 here in this quarter. And Doris with Wall and Beal, the Wizards leaders. Most would argue that they are the best backcourt right now in the Eastern Conference.
Well, there is a tandem in Toronto that might argue that supposition. But to me, Bradley Beal and John Wall are absolutely one of the elite backcourts in the NBA. Both guys are efficient scoring. Both can create off the dribble. And it's hard to overstate how much they mean to this team.
Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got 30.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Carroll against Porter. Here's Morris, and Washington again with the bucket.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Lays it up and banks it in. Hollis Jefferson's got 32 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Morris with the screen for Wall. He feeds it to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. That's 10 points for Marcin Gortat.
Well, make no mistake, this guy a high percentage finisher inside. Gortat can finish with either power or finesse.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here is Porter after the basket by Brooklyn. Snatched away. Here we go, one-on-one. Porter pulls it in. Washington's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. There's Beal with the three. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
You cannot allow Beal to just catch and shoot. That's a warm-up shot for him.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here's Beal. He's got 16. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Morris.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
And Washington has possession. And Wall kicks to Morris. Tries again. And that one's good by Gortat. Gortat's got 12 in the game.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Now here's Beal. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Nets have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
Morris. The rebound by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Crab, no good. The Wizards have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. All with it. He dishes it to Gortat. Outside, Beal. And again, Washington, no good.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. And Washington has possession. After the basket by Brooklyn. Morris passes to Beal. The three. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 13 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Well, to me, this is what Hollis Jefferson does very well. This guy, a phenomenal dunker with the ups he has.
Washington's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Gortat dishes to Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it.
No,
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Wall. After the basket by Brooklyn. Now the dish to Porter. Gortat with a screen on Carroll. Porter kicks to Morris.
He's showing off a polished skill set, is Markieff Morris. Didn't get him the bucket, but earned a trip to the stripe.
For Washington, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good for Morris. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Jody Meeks comes in for Bradley Beal. And Satoransky's subbed in for John Wall. He's perfect from the line this time. Net shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Harris kicks to Stauskas. Here's Okafor. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Satoransky. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's Porter outside. Okafor grabs the miss.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The Wizards have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Oubre is checked in for Porter. Morris against Allen. Pass to Satoransky. Here's the screen. Back to Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
The Wizards have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Morris drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Harris misses. Washington's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Dishes to Morris. Harris on the double team. Poked loose. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, that's what you call timing. He doesn't have to break stride on the pass.
And Satoransky kicks to Morris. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
He's been spending quite a bit of time at the foul line. This is trip number 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And free throw good from Morris. And Morris drops them both. Net shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. Allen's shot is off. The Wizards have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Satoransky, rebound, Brooklyn. And it's Harris off the drive. The putback, great positioning on the putback. That's 12 points for Allen.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And Washington has possession. After the basket by Brooklyn. There's the double team with Allen. Oubre passes to Meeks. Kicks to Morris. Banked in off the glass. Morris has got 35 in the game.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Well, Karis LeVert can fill it up from anywhere, but this guy is a terrific mid-range scorer.
And Satoransky kicks to Meeks. Ball's knocked loose. Tries to keep it alive. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And really, this is where efficiency matters. Value every possession.
You simply have to make smart decisions. You're only hurting yourself with these miscalculations.
Frazier, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Pass to Okafor. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And the youngster Karis LeVert, drafted 20th overall, Doris, back in 2016 out of Michigan.
Well, I think some people considered this a high-risk, high-reward pick. The reason he dealt with stress fractures repeatedly in his left foot throughout his college days. But when this guy's healthy, man, whoo, can he shoot it? And at 6'7", look out.
Two shots.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. The Nets shooting 54% since they had a chance to talk things over at halftime. They're looking locked in out there now. Allen, that's good.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
Frazier kicks to Oubre. Okafor with the steal. Allen inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Allen's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Here's Oubre. And again, Washington, no good. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Here is Frazier. After the basket by Brooklyn. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Mahinmi a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Oubre can't get it to go. Nets shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. Offensive rebound. LeVert. Here's Okafor. And at last, they get one to fall. Okafor's got 20.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Meeks with it. Picked up by Harris. Satoransky gets the bucket.
Another triple. And that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
The Nets making a switch here. Acey's checked in. The Wizards shooting 48% from the field as a team in this third quarter. And Satoransky kicks to Frazier. The floater got a piece of it. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Here's Oubre. And he gets the bucket. Oubre's got 18 points.
You see the athleticism and the length. Oubre able to get his shot off inside. That's a high percentage look for that young man.
And he comes up with the deuce.
I'll tell you, he takes the window of opportunity and delivers a nice pass into the post.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Meeks outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Acey, and finished off by Acey.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. And here's Frazier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Knocks it loose. Mahinmi passes to Satoransky. Off target. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Washington shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Whitehead out there with Stauskas. Then there's Harris. Then it's Mozgov. And it's AC in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Frazier. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Clock at 4. He tries for 3. Washington gets it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Here's AC. Shoots over Scott. Here's Mozgov. Makes it off the glass.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Frazier kicks to Meeks. Passes it to Scott. Nice ball movement by Washington. And Mahimi with the stuff.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Mozgov with the bucket.
Well, Mozgov is tall, no doubt, but he knows how to get a shot up and out of his hands in a hurry if he has to.
Inside, here's Mahimi. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
The initial miss was the best thing that could have happened to them. He was in absolutely perfect position for the putback.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Now here's Frazier. Not a lot of room. Scott kicks to Meeks. They set the pick. Knocks it loose. Mozgov with the steal. It's hauled in by Frazier.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession. The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Exactly the shot they were looking for on that possession. The easy one down low.
To the paint. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. So it's the Wizards now. Ball stolen. Here's AC. That shot missing. And Washington the other way now.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Stauskas with the bucket.
Boy, that's what you call timing. He doesn't have to break stride on the pass.
Frazier kicks to Satoransky. Outside, Scott. The pass to Frazier. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket. Doris coach Popovich down in San Antonio once said that a female NBA coach is going to happen. How much longer do you think it'll take for that to happen?
Well, I'm so grateful to Greg Popovich for getting the process that has to be part of the equation started, right? He hires Becky Hammon as the first full-time assistant in the NBA. Just like I would like to see doors open on the general manager side and let somebody start in the personnel aspect. Doors have to open before we can walk through them. It will take some time because you've got to pay your dues now as an assistant coach, but at least the process is started, and I'm so grateful to the Spurs and Pop for getting it started.
And to be quite honest, as a broadcaster, you're a pioneer from that end of it. We know that there's a lot of quality thought, male or female. You've represented females, women, very well with what you do.
I've been very very lucky, Kevin, and thankful for the opportunity, certainly.
The shot's good.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points. Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now here's Frazier. Pass to Satoransky. It's Scott on the wing. And Meeks kicks to Frazier. Back to Meeks from the arc. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got 42 in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
Meeks can't hit. For Brooklyn, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Another shot. Here's AC. Lays it up off the glass.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
To the left side wing. Here's Satoransky. Frazier outside. All sorts of time. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
The net shooting has been brilliant in this game. 67% from the floor. Now here's Mozgov. Over Mahinmi. And the shot falls short this time. Now here's Frazier. Tight defense on him. And Satoransky kicks to Frazier. There's the feed to Scott. No good on the triple. And for the Nets, they're shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. And Mozgov throws it down.
At 275, Mozgov just a huge presence who can nail shots despite the contact.
Washington shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Knocked away. Mozgov with the steal. The finish. And Mozgov throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Now here's Frazier. Here's Mahinmi. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
I think Mahinmi likes the contact, right? Physicality does not affect his shot at all.
Here's Mozgov. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Tipped away. Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast. The league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science, when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is, I think, even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office, is off the charts. They've never been more detail-oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Let's just play on.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Meeks on the wing. And again, Washington, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Nick Stustus. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. There's one trend we've seen in the league, and emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means to help them win. But one of the most dangerous aspects of the NBA right now is transition 3 opportunities. We're not even seeing teams get back to the hoop and build their defense out. At this point, they're sprinting to the three-point line and then building back toward the hoop. So a drastic difference. We'll see if it changes at any point.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Stauskas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Nick Stauskas. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Stauskas. Doris, there are always rumblings about teams and players who don't like what the press is writing about them, trying to ban certain media members from the locker room. What's the danger, you think, in doing that?
To me, any credentialed media should never be banned from a locker room, from an opportunity to bring their fans closer to the sport, simply because you object either about the content of the coverage or the amount of coverage does not exclude a media member from the locker room. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, Kev.
Good point.
One shot.
That free throw good from Mahimi.
I'll tell you, the big man from France, Jan Mahimi, had to fight through a number of injuries to get to this point, but he's the kind of battler every team is looking for.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Mahimi a screen. Off the screen, Scott, good.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
The net shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Mozgov with the bucket.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
And Satoransky kicks to Frazier. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 15 points in just the second half.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Mozgov, again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Frazier kicks to Satoransky. Now, here's Oubre. Defense is right there.
Listen, Kelly Oubre comes out of Kansas a little bit as a project. He had unbelievable speed and athleticism and had to impact the game defensively. But he is really starting to expand his role on the offensive end.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, you look at the physical gifts for Kelly Oubre. 6'7", but with a 7'2" wingspan. He's a terrific leaper, and he's got great potential defensively.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Carroll's checked in. And both free throws good for Oubre. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
That one goes in. And Doris, for Kelly Oubre, you can see the athleticism he has.
No doubt. I mean, the speed is always on display, whether he's on the interior, trying to get out in transition, trying to blow by a defender. Once the finishing catches up, this guy's going to be a nightmare to defend.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Now here's Frazier. He's guarded closely. He kicks it to Oubre.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Washington shooting 47%, pretty solid. Feeds it to Scott. Shoots over Carroll. Scott can't get it to go. Nets shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
2 shots,
and there's
gentlemen.
the call on Washington with the foul.
2.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Nick Justice. 2 shots.
Two.
Free throw good, Stauskas. Okafor is checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Stauskas. Washington shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Frazier kicks to Scott. Here's Satoransky, covered by Okafor. There's the dish to Oubre. Here's Scott. Good, great play set up by Frazier. Scott's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Washington. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Whitehead. The Nets get it back in a new 24. Mozgov with the bucket.
Mozgov just never gives up on the glass, right? He knows how to snatch boards and come up with the easy buckets.
Inside. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 26.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
Wasted no time on that one.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. They swipe it. Here's Whitehead. Lays it in off the breakaway. Whitehead's got 9 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Wizards ball.
And so it's Washington with it. Ball's knocked loose. Oh, and here comes Carroll all alone. Goes up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
There's no question DeMarre Carroll came ready to play. He's been their go-to guy all game.
Frazier kicks to Mahimi. He feeds it to Scott. The Wizards working the ball around now. He dishes it to Oubre. Scott the pass to Frazier. Shot clock at 6. He was all alone on that one.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're up. There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And guys, just avoid the unnecessary fouls here. That's about the only thing that can get them in trouble at this point.
And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. Quincy Aces checked in for Mozgov. Okafor comes in with the double team to the inside, and the layup's good off the glass.
Kev, what a night for Jan Mahimi, right? The defense has been disrespectful, not checking him, and he's made them pay.
And it's Okafor off the drive. Count it.
I tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Now here's Frazier. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 30.
Yeah, over the years, Mahimi has become more and more offensive-minded. You get him a paint touch, he's thinking score it.
Shot's good by Whitehead.
You know, just what they were looking for right there. That's not a shot he's going to miss.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And really, this is where efficiency matters. Value every possession.
You simply have to make smart decisions. You're only hurting yourself with these miscalculations.
Tries from 10. That one doesn't go. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight?
To stand together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jalil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time